Welcome to Smart Remarks, your source for all things evil liberal. In an interview with thepolitico.com last week, former Vice President Dick Cheney said that there is, quote, a high probability that terrorists will attempt a nuclear or biological attack against the country in the coming years, and that President Obama's make it more likely that such an attack will succeed.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Man, where's a Death Star when you need one? This is what Cheney said, quote, when we get people who are more concerned about reading the rights to an al-Qaeda terrorist than they are with protecting the United States against people who are absolutely committed to do anything they can to kill Americans, then I worry.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Yeah. Look, Dick, why don't you go back to your undisclosed location and stay there, okay? Do us all a favor. In one respect, this is just a repeat of exactly what we heard during the campaign. Democrats won't torture people. They won't wage perpetual war in the Middle East. We're all gonna die! And even thepolitico.com noted that Vice President Cheney was in a self-vindicating mood, and you can understand why. He leaves office as one of the most controversial, possibly one of the most reviled vice presidents in American history. This interview once again shows us why. But there was more to Cheney's scaremongering than just his attempt to resurrect his own reputation. He's trying to resurrect his party's reputation. And if he's not explicitly wishing for catastrophe, what he is saying is that without those rock-solid Republican principles, this country courts a disaster! Worse than the disaster caused by those rock-solid Republican principles. Last couple weeks, a lot of people have said, you're being really unfair to conservatives like Rush or Cheney who want the president to fail. They're not hoping for a catastrophe. That's slander! But the reality is that these conservatives are positioning themselves to blame Obama if something should happen. If there's another terrorist attack in this country, like 9/11, will they rally around the president like most people, including liberals, did after 9/11, or are they going to point the finger at Obama? How long do you think that's going to take? I give it maybe 5 minutes, right? So this is because the GOP's political fortunes absolutely depend upon them being able to say, we were right! But them being right requires disaster. And this is, then, your Republican Party explicitly wishing for disaster, but, trying to pretend that it isn't. This is a Republican Party saying, look, there's going to be ramifications for getting away from these old, ossified, failed principles. It was FDR who said, we have nothing to fear but fear itself. This is your Republican Party, your former vice president, saying, fear is all we got. But you know what? Fear is all we need.